the entire canon Shindo story so far. Hey guys, and welcome back to my first real video in like 3 months. I like to blame my deadness on a football and RellGames, but before you skip on to the actual reason why you clicked on this video, I need to explain something. I am blaming Rell for not posting any lore whatsoever. During my little hiatus I was keeping up with the updates and stuff, but I noticed that they didn't really connect with stories anymore. So this video will seem like a little repost, but just stick to the end because it'll have different stuff with Jinshiki and Kagoku. But anyway, with that cleared out of the way, let's get on to the video. Sovereign. There are several clans in the Shindo story, and there are several villages which the clans are assigned to. Kind of like Naruto, there are leaders for the different villages called Sovereign. Sengoku was the first Ember Sovereign, then Bankai Akuma, Satori Akuma, then Ryan Akuma and Narumaki are currently sharing this power. Background of the Akuma. The clan that Shindo seems to revolve around the most is the Akuma. The Akuma has two types of people, those who were born of the Sun Bloodline and those who were born of the Moon Bloodline. The Sun Bloodline can awaken a Rengoku from deep-rooted inspiration, while the Moon Bloodline awakens the Rengoku from deep-rooted pain. There's a technique that only Akumas can use, and it's called True Rebirth. It's a technique that harnesses the power of the sun, space, and the remains of Kagoku. But the only way to retrieve the bones of Kagoku is to be born of the Sun Bloodline, possess the internal Rengoku, and then remove the bones from the Akuma stone. Immortality, the Fate arc. Kagoku, the last of her clan, was in search of immortality. Living for thousands of years, she was nearing the end of her life. She took interest in 3 clans from the Shindo world: Station of the Mind, Azarashi of the Soul, and Kokotsu of the Body. She orders the inventor, Iswa Karashi, to create a device to sustain her consciousness. After many years and countless deaths, the Fate Seal was created. Shindai Akuma, the Philosopher. Shindai Akuma was born thousands of years ago during the height of technology, which was led by Iswa Karashi. Although this was a notable time for Shindo, he preached against this. He was a famous warrior and a philosopher who preached against technology. Later in his life, Shindai takes the mantle of the Emperor of Sovereigns and issues a royal decree to end the age of technology. But as time passes by, he becomes a little cuckoo, as the voice of Kagoku echoes in his mind. She makes Shindai dig up the bones of Kagoku, and since Shindai is born of the Sun Bloodline, he is able to cast True Rebirth, and convinces his younger brother, Minakaze, to help cast it. Their goal in mind was to make sure that no one would ever invent a face seal to resurrect Kagoku. Iswa Karashi, feeling guilty for his actions, pleads to Shindai to redeem himself. He wants to help sabotage Kagoku during the Fate ritual. Shindai agrees for his own reasons, since when the ritual begins, Kagoku will be left vulnerable for 30 seconds. But this plan fails. Shindai Akuma, Shindai's fall. Attempting to sabotage Kagoku came with the ultimate sacrifice. Kagoku became one with Shindai, and at the speed of light, Kagoku possesses Shindai and banishes Iswa Karashi to a separate dimension. And just as suddenly it happened, Kagoku disappeared. Although everything happened in a split second, the Philosopher would never be the same again. Shindai Akuma, Lost History Arc. Though I said that Kagoku was the last of her clan, she did actually have a son. The son's name is Tensa, but since it's not actually his name, he names himself Sengoku. Shindai, not knowing that Sengoku is the descendant of Kagoku, takes him under his wing and raises him in his teachings. This happens shortly after Kagoku enters Shindai. After Shindai mysteriously disappears, people think he died, and because of this, there's a struggle for power over who gets to be the emperor. Young Sengoku wants to prove himself worthy, but since he's only a child, he automatically gets looked down on. Sengoku, the Conquest of Jujunes. Young Sengoku, to prove himself worthy of the title, tells the council that he will bring down their strongest enemy, the land of Jujunes. The council agreed to this, but they were confused on how a scrawny little child will bring down a large empire. But Sengoku has a plan. His plan was to use his secret power, one ability that brought down nations in just a few seconds. No doubt, Shindai taught him this power. This power being named Talk no Jutsu. Using this secret ability that is only seen once a century, Sengoku brings down Jujunes and becomes one of the greatest emperors Shindo history has ever known, since he ruled out of respect and brought peace throughout the entire land. Deva Rengoku, Destruction of Ember Village Arc. A long time after Sengoku's passing, there is a team that is led by the Emperor Sovereign, Bankai Akuma. This team consists of Deva, Alpha Rima Akuma, and Forged Akuma. Forged Akuma has 2 brothers, Ryan Akuma and Shiver Akuma. Sometime before year 250, Deva attacks the Ember Village. We don't really know why he did this, but we know that it's not due to Sensei Bankai's death. This attack single-handedly starts the Great Shindo War, and a few years later on YC 250, Sensei Bankai passes away. Satori Akuma, the Scorching Red Sun Arc. Sometimes your family won't appreciate what you've done for them. They'll turn their backs on you after you've sacrificed your life. It's the curse of being an Akuma. They won't have the mental fortitude to create a new path and change within. They'll just follow the words of the powerful. These are Bankai Akuma's dying words to Satori Akuma. He is foreshadowing the terrible actions Forged Akuma will make, and as the Ember Kage passes away, Satori realizes how evil Ryan and Shiver have become. Satori only sees one way to save the Akuma bloodline. He must slaughter each and every member of the Akuma clan. Forged Akuma, Forged Rengoku arc. Forged Akuma runs away from home. Forged only has one eye, which is really sad for an Akuma since you can't unlock your samurai spirit without one, and gives up on becoming a Shindo. But his brothers, Ryan and Shiver Akuma, who have all betrayed Forged, are now leading Ember and, as Forged says, is being manipulated. During his little training arc, his friends Alpharima, Satori, and his former teammate, Deva, who is also now criminal for destroying the Ember village, checks up on him. After a few months, a mysterious figure appears before Forged. He offers power to, quote, change this accursed world. Forged falls to the ground crying, saying, "My own brothers couldn't understand my reasoning, my ideals. What makes think that you'll understand me?" The mysterious figure replies saying, on Bankai's deathbed, his last wish was to rewrite his wrong. Alpharima Akuma, Satori Akuma, and Deva always checked up on you because of Bankai's final wishes. He wanted you to make something of yourself. Anyways, the mysterious figure began to rip something out of his body, and blood began to go everywhere, which turned the sky red. Forged, being a student of Bankai, realizes this was similar to a genjutsu. Then the mysterious figure gives him an eye, this eye being the Eye of Rengoku. Using his newfound power, he joins Deva in the Great Shindo War in order to destroy all forms of government. Shindai Kuma, the resurrection of the tailed spirits. Towards the end of the Great Shindo War, Shindai Kuma, possessed by Kagoku, unleashes Ultimate Sunflower Desolation, this move which could single-handedly destroy the entire world. But Borimaki, the son of Naramaki, and Ghost Azarashi, the reincarnation of Eastwood Parashi, help fight him. They resurrect all tailed spirits and Shindai's younger brother, Minakaze. As the battle continues, Shindai realizes he is going to lose, so in a desperate attempt to win, he summons the greatest tailed spirit of all, the Ten Tails. Kagoku, the final Rengoku. Kagoku fully takes over Shindai since Shindai loses, and she comes out of him, and basically Shindai transforms into Kagoku. But Borimaki and everybody else ends up defeating her as well. Kagoku's defeat sends out a distress message to the fallen Rengokus of the past. Using the last of her power, she creates 5 more different fate spirits, each corresponding to a village in order for her plan of destruction to happen later in the future. Jinshiki, the Call of the Fate Seals. One of these Fate Seals is placed on Borimaki, which gives him an immense amount of power. But all of this power in time collides with the other Fate Spirits, and all Fate Spirit users fall very ill. As Kagoku, despite being dead, commences the Fate Ritual, the same ritual that Shindai, Minakaze, and Eastwood did to resurrect Kagoku. Jinshiki, the dead leader of the Rengoku clan, emerges from the Fate Spirits in order to destroy the world. Naramaki and Ryan Akuma, the strongest Shindo left in the world, attempt to stop Jinshiki. You see, Rel, you gotta add more lore! Or else videos like these will basically just become repeats. If you guys have any video suggestions you would like to see, please tell me in the comment sections below. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm Starblast, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!